Ever since the Supreme Court lifted the federal ban on sports gambling in May of 2018, sports betting has become one of the big legal sources of revenue in sports. As the industry is ever growing and more states are starting to pass legislations, more and more households are starting to look like this. Come on in.
If you're short, you're just going to go for it and throw a Hail Mary at this point, unless you can really quickly and throw it out of bounds.
What the f***? What? Oh my God! Why?
Casinos primarily handled sports bets, but since the federal bill criminalizing sports gambling was lifted in 2018, gambling has become much easier.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. See, he doesn't know how to throw the ball like that because he's
The passion of these irrational fans is driving revenue through the roof. But there's still a ton more room to grow as more and more states start to pass bills that legalize sports gambling.
Although sports gambling has made $10 billion through its inception in 2018, it is said there is $150 billion to $1 trillion left out there illegally in the gambling world.
Hey, Will, still using those offshore betting accounts?
Oh, hey, I didn't even see there. Yeah, I mean, in order for me to get the game lines on the games tonight, I gotta go through Bovada. Texas hasn't legalized online betting yet. Obviously.
Hey, Will, did you know that not a lot of states have actually legalized sports betting online? Although the federal ban was lifted in 2018, there's only a few states that have actually given themselves the ability to legalize gambling revenue.
Oh, wow, I had no idea. That's good to know, though, but I think I might stick to this illegal thing.
Betting on teams to win and by how much comes to mind when you think of sports betting. But what the common person may not know is that prop betting has endless possibilities. A prop bet is me saying a certain individual player will do a specific action, and in some cases you can bet in real time, live, right during the game. For example, I can make a prop bet that Tom Brady will throw an interception during a game or a specific quarter within that game. Or I can bet that Tommy will hurt himself trying to win a race.
I bet you $100 that I can run to that fountain and back. I can around the corner, run here in under 25 seconds.
There's no way.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can. Take the bet.
All right, fine.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get ready.
I bet you $30 he falls into the fountain.
Yeah, I like that. Take all my stuff off. All right. Y'all ready for this?
Ready?
Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
Well, that was embarrassing. Guess I owe you $100, huh?
I'll take it.
Venmo or Cash App?
Venmo's perfect. Whatever you can. He fell. He fell into the.
He has no idea about that prop bet at all.
No. So when are you gonna send me my money?
Let me get back to you on that.
Up until 2018, sports gambling was only legal in casinos. Now that states have legalized online sports betting, revenue has skyrocketed, leading to millions in state revenue previously unaccounted for.
Alright guys, we picked the states that have the biggest impact in the legal betting world so far and broken it down into two categories, handle and revenue. Handle is the amount wagered within a fiscal year. So, like you see, you have Nevada, who has $6.6 billion wagered each year. Pretty significant. It's been around forever. Vegas, and New Jersey's around $4.7 billion with Atlantic City and all the gambling's been on there for a while. So, of course, those two are in the league. But some states that caught our attention is states like Mississippi, which has $372 million wagered so far in 2018, and Pennsylvania with $848 million, and that could very well reach $1 billion here pretty soon. And over here on the revenue side, this is the amount the books keep after the amount wagered is paid out or taken, so it's actually what they bring home. So, like you see Nevada, they're still making over hundreds of millions of dollars each year just by gambling, but some other states are bringing like 20 or so, 7 to 6 million, and states are, as this increases, states are going to look to tax these as for their government resources and can only get more lucrative for them.
Because states are starting to take a percentage of the revenue, gaming networks and leagues have been forced to create unique and efficient ways for viewers to place bets. The Washington Wizards started a live betting broadcast last year to get ahead of the trends, while FanDuel and DraftKings have had sports gambling applications up and running for quite some time. Casinos have recognized the potential for online sports books because mostly people don't want to drive hours away to bet on a sports game. They just want to sit on their couch and watch the game and place a bet on their phone. So now these casino companies have partners with media organizations like Yahoo Sports or ESPN to create applications for real-time sports betting.
Media companies have began to create their own betting apps. Fox is using their sports personalities to headline the creation of their own app, Fox Betting. Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright are right there to help you make your picks. I can place a bet on the Seahawks spread, but the odds might change during the game. So you should adjust your bets accordingly and always stay in the loop. Hello. As gambling evolves to become more technological and found online, there will be an ever-present need for institutions to become more ethical. Gambling is expected to become more digital over the next 10 years, and with that, additional technological oversight will become necessary. Pete Rose is one of the most famous cases of unethical gambling. Pete, despite being one of the best players in baseball's history, bet on his own games repeatedly, and for that will never be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. This problem is still happening today. In the NFL, star cornerback Josh Shaw bet on his own games and several others, which resulted in a 1.5-year fine and an indefinite suspension from the league. Leagues are now even asking for integrity fees, 1% of sports revenue from sports books, as a thank you to the sports league for being in business with them. Soon, the relationships between the sports betting companies and the leagues will become blurred, which will present a new ethical dilemma.
Where do you think that we stand with that, and where do you feel we are in the possibility of seeing legalized gambling in this country and the NBA's role in it?
Right. So, of course, we have legalized gambling in Las Vegas.
Right.
I mean, there's sports books, so it happens in pockets. There's a few other exceptions to a national prohibition on sports betting. But so several years ago, when I first became commissioner, and that's my position was, there's, in addition to a small pocket of legalized gambling, we know there's an enormous amount of illegal sports betting in the United States. I mean, estimates go up to $400 billion a year for all sports. So my feeling was, let's make it transparent, let's regulate it. We had an issue in the NBA some number of years ago with an official, but there was no transparency into it. I mean, now, if you look at jurisdictions in Europe, for example, people are betting with credit cards, so they know exactly who it is, they know how much they're betting. It's just like a stock market with insider trading. If there's aberrational behavior, sophisticated computer programs spit it out and say there's something going on, at least that you should investigate. So my view is, it should be regulated.